Hello, football lovers. We are back with another installment of the Yellow Corners. We bring you the African Football League final first leg as Mamelodi Sundowns travel away to take on Wydad Casablanca on Sunday night. Raps, how's it?
Ke monate Aizo wena.
No, I'm okay, man. I'm okay. Yeah. Disclaimer: we recording this on Friday, the 3rd of November in the morning at 8 a.m. So if there are changes to anything to do with the game, please bear with us. We're actually recording this without knowing if the game will proceed as planned or not. I say this because we woke up to the news, the sad news, the terrible news that one of the Wydad players passed on in Osama Falou, who was 24 years old and was involved in a car accident 3 weeks ago and was in a coma and unfortunately passed on. And I'm not sure whether it was last night or this morning. So, yeah, man, condolences, our deepest condolences to Wydad Football Club, his family and friends. I think I speak for every Sundowns supporter when I said like, we'd love to pay our condolences, man, and yeah, may his soul rest in peace, man. If the game is postponed, we one would have to understand, man. Death is such a terrible and sad thing, but you never know because of the schedule, the tight schedule that we're running on with regards to this tournament. But yeah, man, our deepest condolences to our friends we done, man. Sad news, Hapsay.
Yeah, no, very sad news, Aizo. Yeah, no, I feel sad for the Wydad team that they have to play the final, and on the other
Mm.
side they just experienced death within their team. So I wish them strength, and I hope Mamelodi Sundowns will send some message to them because of I remember when Thapelo Morena got injured, with that Twitter account sent us a message and they wished Thapelo Morena a speedy recovery. So I hope from our side, this Mamelodi Sundowns will also do the same and send them love and courage.
Yeah, no, definitely, man. It takes away the shine, yeah, this final, man. It's Hassan that mood that excitement. Yes, it's a cup final. We want to win it, and Lebanon, I'm sure they want to win it. But they are sad, man, that we're going to this cup final with this terrible news, man. Let's get into this preview, Raps. But before we start the preview of the match, man, we made it to another final, man. Your thoughts on everything, man?
Yeah, no, I'm glad that we managed to get through to the final, and this shows that in order to get to the final, we have to beat the best. So beating Al Ahly, it should guarantee us a final. So I'm glad that we managed to play the final, and I believe that the performance that we have displayed in this cup competition, I believe it will help us in the CAF Champions League because of they are positive that we will take from this cup competition and try to implement them in the CAF Champions League. So I'm really impressed by the team and the technical team.
Same here, man. Same here. I'll start with the press conference of the season leading up to that match. Yeah, yeah, Ali, man, by Coach Hulani, man. What a blockbuster of a press conference, man. And I have a feeling for him. Now Hulani, man, he's moving in a different way in terms of how he handles press conferences locally and continental. Uh, he wants them to know we are here, and we are here now. We are here. We are among the best, the big boys in Africa. That was a blockbuster interview, and then the post-match interview, man, how he started it, man, and how he ended it. He started by saying, "Well, no pages. This time around, we are all friends," and then at the end. He congratulated Sundowns players for being nominated for the CAF Awards, So he wants people to know, we are here, and I absolutely love that guy's press conferences, man. And I want to on that topic, pages. I want to touch a bit entitlement, Al Ahly. Al Ahly, they think or they are God's gift to football. They think or they 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 must win by all means. They're entitled, and for a big club, it's absolutely disgusting behavior. I mean, there was no need for what they did, man. It was awful, awful. They are so losers, man, and I'm glad that we knocked them out, man. On top of that, perhaps the one thing that we actually lacked last season in the CAF Champions League was luck, and you need luck to win
Yeah, yeah,
these tournaments, and luck was on our side in the first half. Yeah, that match, yes, Honor made a brilliant penalty save, but the two spills that he had, Mole Karaba hit the upright, and I can't remember the other one. What happened? Yeah, no, luck was on our side. But after that second half, we totally dominated, man. Jumba, man, I was really, really impressed with Bongani, how he came on second half and just cooled it, just started knocking the ball around, and then we started building confidence, and we played much better, man. But yeah, that's all in the past. Just like Al-Ahly, we move forward. We have a final to focus on, and like I said, we're taking on Wydad away in the first leg, man. Raps, in this tournament, we've had 4 clean sheets. We've made it to the final without a proper number 9 and out striker. Do you think this is underplayed just because it's Sundowns? Because I think this is huge, huge. It says a lot about this club, man. To travel to Angola to not concede, to them travel to Egypt, not concede, come back from Angola, get a man sent off within the first 2 minutes of the game, and still keep a clean sheet, man. It says a lot about this team, and then still be able to create and score chances that help you progress and move to the next round, which is the final, without a striker. I take my head off to the boys and the technical team for this.
yeah. No, I think we have shown that we are progressing and we are improving as a team. I mean, coming out alive in Cairo and in Angola without conceding a goal, I think it's a sign of improvement because of in the past we know that when we go away, we are likely to concede, but so far I think we haven't conceded a single goal. So I believe that the team has done very well. The defense and also the guys who start pressing up top, our front line. So I believe it goes to everyone and. Uh, I would say that as much as we didn't concede and also we didn't score much goals, but with how we have managed to adjust our squad in terms of certain players playing different position, and also I think we have criticized them here and there, but it's not easy to adjust to a different position in such high profile games and deliver. So I think we have done very well, and I believe that uh, players playing out of position, I think as much as we criticize them, but I think it will create a different attribute within their game. I think later on, Mushishi will start understanding the roles of playing as a number 9 because of as he has played before in such games. It's about Al-Ahly and Angola. As much as he's not his position, but it will give him a certain knowledge and certain characteristics around that position, and he will have that understanding of the role going forward.
Yeah, we are facing what many would consider our bogey team, man. With that, man, this team annoys me at how we struggle to beat them, man. Our head-to-head, Louis, that okay, we've played 12 games. We've won 3 of those games, which is 25%. They have won 4, which is 33%, and then we drew 5 of those games, which is 41%. Even though in some of those draws, they've been wins because they've progressed to the next round of the Champions League, man. Uh, are you worried? Are you scared?
Yeah, as I'm definitely worried because of we are facing a team that has knocked us out. I think several times. I think obviously we'll go into this game a little bit worried because of, and also we haven't won a single game in Casablanca. We have drawn 2 and lost 4. We have scored 1 in Casablanca, conceded 5 goals. So I think it has to be a worry for us because of we haven't performed very well. As much as Lebona, they haven't won a single game in Pretoria, but I think I'm going into this game very worried based on how we have performed previously against Wydad. And most of the time we have played well against them, but unfortunately, the good results were not on our side.
Yeah, no, it's a bit worrying, man, going into this game knowing okay, these guys for some reason, man, we can play better than them. That they still, I mean, last season when we played so well away in when we went to Casablanca, and uh, like we were convinced when they come here, we're gonna batter them, and it didn't go our way, man. So there is a bit of worry, but at some point it will have to come to an end. Hopefully, it comes to an end, Guy Cup final, man. I would love us to get one on them, man, because yeah, no, they've had our number for quite some time, man. It's not like this team is way better than us. They are miles ahead of us in terms of play, in terms of quality of players. But it's just one of those where you face a team that, for some reason, you struggle to beat. But I hope this is where it ends, man. Perhaps how important is it for we get an away goal on Sunday?
I think it's very important to get an away goal, but I think a win is much more important than scoring away goal because of we can play a 1-1 draw in Casablanca. When you come here to Pretoria, they score a single goal and they progress, or they score uh, uh, 2 goals. We play a draw of 2-2 again, and they progress because of they have scored too many away goals. I think a victory I think gives us a huge advantage more than just an away goal because of we say we'd be happy scoring away goal, but we don't know what will happen when we get to Pretoria because of previously they've done very well in Pretoria. Last season they scored 2 goals. Remember when they knocked us out by 2-1 when we failed to score in Pretoria. So I think let's win in Casablanca, and whatever happens in Pretoria, we have to face it.
Yes, yeah, no, we have to. We have to. If we don't win, a goal scoring, what do you call draw? Yeah, 2 or more goals. I will take that, man. But uh, we need goals in Casablanca, man. Yeah, we really must get the goals. And like I said, 2 or more goals, draw. I will take that. But we can't come back to South Africa for the second leg without a goal. It will be terrible. It will be terrible when they come here. So yeah. Perhaps you touched on Shika and his position earlier on, man. And yeah, to be honest, he's not been at it in this tournament. And but like you said, he's been playing out of position. But on Saturday, on Sunday, if he does start, I really think we need a captain's performance from Shika on Sunday. Man. He needs to give us something on Sunday because for another, I think that has frustrated me with Shika in this tournament. It's how many the number of times he's turned over the ball. He's not turned it over Agala maybe a defense splitting pass. He's turned it over simple passes. Losing simple passes, and it has really his decision making in this tournament, man. It's been really poor. So, but we know what Tambazwani can do on any day. So I really think Corey, we need a captain's performance from Temba if he plays on Sunday. Your thoughts?
Yeah, and I think in such games, your big players has to show up, and I believe Temba player is a big player. He needs to show up. And one thing I'd want to say is that you see if him playing as a false nine, if he was making bad or poor runs, I would understand because of he's not familiar with that position. But there are simple passes that were not complete from Tembazon, and that's not what you want from Tembazon. And you know that Tembazon in those situations is a good player. But if he was making poor runs and was not anticipating the balls that were crossed inside the box, I would understand. But in position when he has the ball, I think he needs to do better because of he has lost a position in some areas where we know that Tembazwani in this area he will do something positive. So I think uh, he needs to improve if he's going to play as a false number nine going forward.
Yeah, no, that's true, man. Let's get on to what we expect from our host, Wydad, man. I think there's they play really good football now. I enjoy watching them now compared to what happened last season. And I think this is all down to the coaching stability. They now have a coach, Adel Ramsey, who used to work as the under 21 coach at PSV. He played there, and so he was he was the coach here under 21 near PSV. Ne? And yeah, I think he's brought so much change into that team. And obviously, when there's stability, remember last season when we previewed them, they made I think 4 or 5 coaching changes. So this season they have a new coach, and yeah, you can tell there's a proper plan. Adil Ramsey. I think there are 3 players who are really key to this team, man. And one of them is their captain, Yaya Jabran. I think he's their linchpin, man. He's very important to how this team plays, man. And this season, he's playing a different role. In the build-up phase, man, he drops back into the zone 5 and the zone 6 area. He looks to dictate the game from that deep. Ne? And then as he drops back, he allows their left back, Adiatala, to start from high up from the zone 10 area, ne? As well as their right back, Almud, ne? Who, by the way, inverts. But in him inverting, he doesn't invert like how a normal fullback inverts. You know how they normally they partner the number 6 in that zone 8 area. No, he goes even further up here. Now he gets to around the zone what's the zone, man? Zone 11 area. Ne? So he starts the fullbacks, they start really high up, and it's strange, man. It's not something that you'd expect to have a fullback Abe so advanced when he inverts. So we need to really keep an eye on those 3 guys, because I think those guys are their most dangerous players for me. And speaking of those two, man, they give a lot of the goals and assists. They are very involved in how this team plays. I mean, in the first leg, they are the semi-final against Esperance. Their goal, it was one of the best chances that they had, was a fullback from fullback chance, a cross from Adiatala to Almud, who headed just wide. Ne? And then in the game prior to that, when they went to Nigeria to face Inyembane, the penalty that they got from it came from Almud getting fouled inside the 18 area. He makes a deep run and he got a foul. Then in the game against Inyemba, when they hosted Inyemba, Atiatala got a goal. So that tells you about how involved these guys, these fullbacks are. So you need to keep an eye on them, because they play really on the offensive. And then they have on the left in left forward who Busufian, who's very dynamic, man. He's a joy to watch. He's the one who got the goal that they scored against Esperance in the first leg. They have the 82, the number 24, Anachle Drauti, number 17. They move around the field. They very good at progressing the ball, and they're very good at in advanced areas playing in between the lines. So they have legs, man. They have dynamism in their play, and obviously they have tall strikers, man. It's either El Bari or Bolisam that they always look to find that cross. Then Another thing that's impressive, Gabon, is that they really, really counter press. Once they lose the ball, they hunt for it and try to win it as quickly as possible. Your thoughts?
Yeah, no, I think you have said a lot, and I think one of the reasons why their fullbacks are advanced is because of when they build up, there are two center backs. They stretch too wide, and them stretching too wide. That means it pushes their fullbacks to go a little bit forward, and Jabran will be at the center. So at the back,
Yes.
it will be Jabran, and the two center backs will stretch too wide so that their fullbacks they go into advanced position. And we spoke about how crucial their fullbacks are. I think like they have one of the best fullbacks in the continent in terms of
Yeah.
attacking, like their goal contribution and how they impact the game. I think it is very impressive. And we spoke about Amlud, who is the red back. This is the same guy who scored against us the first goal. That was a header. It was him that scored the first goal. But you look at how they've scored this season and how they also scored us. The ball, the goals comes from them playing a diagonal ball behind the left back of the opponent. I think that's where Amlut utilizes
Mm.
that space very well. And look at how they scored that equalizer against Sundowns in the first leg. The ball was played uh, in that position, Mudi. And because of Mdiba was ball watching, Amlud got in front of him and he headed the ball and it was a goal. And even this season, how they've he has contributed to the team, I think it is similar to last season. Look at that penalty he won against Inyemba, where he got in front of the left back of Inyemba and he was forced to foul him. And also, I think he's also scored in the second leg against Inyemba, so it shows that he's very good.
Yes.
And also you spoke about their wingers who's Busefian, and sometimes they play Latima or they play Onajem. I think they
Mm.
also they also do well in those positions, but most effective comes from their fullbacks. And you spoke about their tall strikers. I believe in this game because of the errors that Williams made against Al Ahly. I think they will play a lot of crosses trying to target Williams because of I think they saw in the first leg, in the second leg when we played Al Ahly, he made a couple of errors. So I believe with the height that they have in their striker and also in defense, I believe they want to attack and target Ronan Williams and see what they can get from that.
I know. I agree. I agree with you, Raps. This is how I think they will line up. I think they'll have El Moti in goal, right back Almud, Haras, Abultfa, as well as Atiat Allah, and then Jabrani at 6, and then Alanach and Drauti as the 8 Tsabona. Left forward, I think it will be Busofian. I don't think Onajem will start this match. I think Onajem is still a good player, but he's no longer the player that he was a few years ago. He used to terrorize everyone in Africa a few years ago. So I think like me will start, and then I think Sambu will start this game instead of El Bari. What do you expect from Sundowns, Raps?
I think for us, uh, we need to know that we can escape the pressure by playing a long ball to the channel and we regroup. I think sometimes we force and try too hard to build from the back, and it invites a lot of pressure because of if you make the first mistake trying to build up from the back, you give the opponent a sign that okay, if you we continue pressing them like that, we can eventually get something. And I also I believe our goal kicks has to improve. I think against Al Ahly, like we are terrible in terms of starting the play from the goal kicks. I think we need to do better because of they will also look to press us up front and try to force us to make those errors. And I spoke about Ronan Williams being a target every time they try to play the crosses. I believe Ronan has to deal better with crosses. Like his handling has to be much better, and also the communication between him and his defense as well has to be good in order for us to not afford to make those mistakes. And I spoke about their diagonal balls behind the fullbacks. I think our positioning at the back, more especially Dow and AB, I think they have to be positioned very well and be in a position where they can see the man who's going to make a run and the ball that is likely to be played in that position, so that we don't give them that chance to get those opportunities, because of we've highlighted how crucial their fullbacks are and how they contribute in their attack. And also, we need to cut their attack, man. We need to make sure that we force them to play side passes, and also they make those back passes, because of once you allow them to progress with the ball forward, I think that's where they will hurt you, because of they are good in terms of playing in the wide channels, and also their combination plays in the center is also good. So I believe we have to have a great possession in the middle field and on the side, so that we cut those attacks and we stop them getting to the final third. And we spoke about their center backs stretching too wide, and Jabrani coming into the middle, and they form a back three. I believe when we press, we have to be smart, because of once they bypass that press of us, that means that the ball now will now advance to the fullbacks, and once the ball advances to the fullbacks, it will be very difficult for us in order to stop the attack, because of we'll now be forced to make a foul and try to regroup, because of they will have eliminated our first line of press, which is our front press. So we have to be smart in how we press. But I think when we have the ball, we need to take care of the ball. We need to protect the ball much better. We need to make good passes, so that we don't lose the ball too cheap. And you spoke about how they press and they add pressure into the opponent. And one thing I've witnessed about them, sometimes two players or three players will target a single player and they will try to press that player. I believe if we can move the ball fast from that pressure area to non pressure areas, I believe we can capitalize from that.
Yeah, no, that's true. You've said a mouthful, eh? But yeah, fully agree with you, man. For nothing, the key thing here, the most important thing for me is keeping the discipline. We can't afford to go to a man down. Can we please finish a game with 11 men? These red cards are starting to annoy me, if I'm being honest. More so the stupid ones, as Tonalea Mendieta. There was absolutely no need for Mendieta to do what he did. I mean, you're trying to get into a team starting 11, break into the 11. Yet you depriving yourself that opportunity, because I if Mendieta was not suspended, I was gonna start Mendieta ahead of Shikana for the final, So he's gonna miss the first leg over a really stupid sending off. He's making his job so difficult, and ours as well as a team, because these red cards, man, are really starting to annoy me, if I'm being honest, man. So we need to cut out that, and there needs to be discipline, man. We need to keep possession. We need to keep possession. We saw what it did to Al Ahly second half when Zungu came on. It frustrates North Africans when you keep possession. Absolutely, you start hearing the whistles, the cheers from their fans. They lose patience. And then they get angry at times and get into tackles. So we need to keep possession. That will frustrate them like we did early in the second half. Like I said, Japan, how pivotal it is to how they build up there. I think we need to have pin someone on Jabrani, not give him that room to dictate and do whatever he wants from the back. So the person who will be in the center of our attack needs to make sure once Jabran gets the ball, he's there to press him, not allow him to move the ball into middle field or play a long ball. I'm gonna start Lesibangu in this game in the hope we exploit this thing Atiatala Almud moving so forward. And when if Nkuli Maseko start, I'd like them to cheat. Let Atiatala Lentole Almud go. Don't chase them. The rest of the guys will help defend. So that once we win the ball, we transition quickly into the final third. So we take their strength and because as much as the strength, there is a weakness into it. So we exploit that weakness. Al-Mudlia Tiatala going forward by our PC players taking advantage of that space. And their center backs, man, they can be got man. They're not the best in the continent, man. They with good movement and good play, we can produce the chance more. So yeah, I want us to use our pace, man, because I saw Tapelo Morena traveled. I don't think Tapelo traveled this far with the team with no chance of him playing. Starting lineups, I'm going first this week on Dogish. I
Okay.
have Williams, I have Mudau, I have Riva, I have Kekana, I have AB, I'm bringing back Mokoena, I have Alende and Mudiva, who was absolutely exceptional in Cairo, man. He had an outstanding game. I have Nku, Maseko, and Morena in my front three. I'm giving Tapelo first 45 or 60 minutes. I don't think Tapelo traveled for no reason, man. He must be fit to play. Yours?
Uh, obviously, Williams will start. I'll have Mudau, Kotier, and Kekana, the AP Morale. Then in the midfield, I'll have Mukwena, Alenda, and Mudiba. Then my front three, it will be Maseko, Unku, and Zwan. But Unku and Maseko, I don't want them to play too wide. I want them to play closer to each other and Zwane playing behind them. Basically, I want us to play how Liverpool played when they have Firmino, Mane, and Salah. Firmino was the center forward, but he was playing deep, and Mane and Salah were most of the time when they attack, they got in front of him. So I want Tembazon to play that position where he's the center forward, but Nku and Maseko, when we attack, they play in front of him instead of Zwane being the one in front of Maseko and Nku. If Zwane is playing as a false number 9, I would recommend him to start. But if he's going to start playing from deep, that position that Femeno played, and Nku and Maseko play in front of him, I'm for him starting when he's going to play that position.
That sounds like a 4-4-2 diamond to me, with
Yeah.
as one at the tip of the diamond in his original position, number 10. Score prediction?
I think it will be 1-1. As much as I want to win, but I think we'll be 1-1.
I'm going for a 1-2 win. We are due a win against these guys, and I think we will get it in this match. And yeah, that's that, football lovers. Thank you guys for your continued support. Let's continue engaging on the comment section, and yeah, keep on subscribing. Help us grow this channel of ours, man. Good luck to the boys. Come back with a positive result, guys, and we make a party next time in the second leg. I'm not sure if it will be on Saturday or Sunday when we host them for the second leg of this final. You will see us on Sunday or Monday when we bring you the preview of our bread and butter, yeah, the DSTV Premier Soccer League. Yes, we travel to Devon to take on Amazulu. Until then, sharp sharp Masandawana, sharp sharp Nduish.
Sharp, sharp, guys. Sharp, sharp, as